Hey, Bradley. Hello, hello. Hey, everyone. Yay! I'm going to wait a couple more minutes for, yes, this is live. I'm going to wait a couple more minutes for a couple people to pop on. But if you haven't yet downloaded the workbook, there's a free workbook that we're going to be going through during this 5-day experience together, and there's a link in my bio. If you want to download that, you'll get it immediately. And then what that link will do is just tell me that you are interested in having this replay after the lives every day. If you can't make the lives, then we will do, hi Rita, I'll send you the lives in your email so that you can watch them with your spouse, hopefully. The whole goal of this workshop is to really create a couples experience to help you to gain the language and the knowledge to be able to navigate complex issues in relationships. And that is the whole purpose of this workshop. So again, if you haven't signed up yet, there's a link in my bio for you to put your information in, and you'll get a free downloadable workbook. It's 20 pages. It has a bunch of really great tips and stuff in there for you, and it's just something to follow along with as we move through the material. They won't be super long chats, and if you're too busy and you can't stay on for the live, you'll get that free replay. Everything that I do is about creating a healthier and happier home environment. And I'm doing this through helping people to improve the relational energetics within your relationship. And not only the relationship that you have with your partner or loved one, but the relationship that you have with yourself. I specialize in nervous system regulation. I believe that if you have a dysregulated nervous system, it's really, really, really hard to seek connection because you're constantly striving and searching for safety. And I think that everyone in the world is probably struggling with that a little bit nowadays with having the pandemic and just the crazy amount of stuff that happens on a daily basis that activates your nervous system. And if you're not aware that the nervous system is what is causing you to act, then you can become very easily influenced by your system. And as soon as you're activated, you do not seek connection, you seek safety. So that can cause some crazy behavior. If you've noticed that after specific events, you're like, why did I act that way? That's your nervous system just doing its best to keep you safe. So all of the information that you will be receiving is to help you gain some extra knowledge on your nervous system and how that relates to connection in your relationship. So again, my mission is to just help create happier, healthier home environments, more peace at home, because you truly create a ripple effect. How you exist in your family dynamic, in your relationship, and in your life creates a ripple effect on everybody. It influences everybody that you encounter throughout your whole lifetime. And depending on if you negatively or positively influence the people around you, you are potentially influencing the people that they encounter throughout their entire lifetime. And yes, that is pretty stressful to hear that you have that big of an impact. But the more that you have awareness of how you exist and how that influences people around you, the better the freaking world will be. So if you can open your workbook, if you don't have it, you can get it for free. There's a link in my bio. You can do it really quick. You download it, or you can just listen today. But when you do put your information in the link, you'll get the replays and the workbook. The first page is all about the health benefits that you get with intimacy and improving connection in your relationship. We have an internal pharmacy within our body that creates free organic chemicals that really do help you achieve optimal states of health and wellness. So just being here and listening to this information is already helping to improve your health at a biochemical level. When you do increase and improve your connection, you produce something called oxytocin. Oxytocin is something that is traditionally known and produced by mothers who've just had babies, but it's also something that you can produce as you improve your connection. It's associated with recognition of safety, of trust, of healthy attachment. So oxytocin is that bonding chemical that actually makes you want to seek connection with your partner. The second one is serotonin. Serotonin is a mood stabilizer. So as you might notice, as you will start to resonate with some of this information, I know I did when I first started learning about it, as you start to resonate with this information and you notice that, wait, I might have a dysregulated nervous system. Serotonin is something that you can produce as you improve your connection to help to stabilize your moods. The third is dopamine. We all know what dopamine is. It's that feel-good chemical that you receive after you do something that makes you happy. A lot of times with a dysregulated nervous system, sometimes your spouse becomes a trigger for that activation of your nervous system, and they become like a lion that comes in the room. Everything that they do just makes you upset, right? Well, we want to switch that. We want to make them a source of dopamine for you so that you actually enjoy their company. The third is a hormone or an immune booster. It's called immunoglobulin A, and there has been research studies to show that if you improve sex intimacy in your relationship, and they have specific studies of measuring this chemical, if you increase sex 1 to 2 times per week, that helps to stimulate your immune function. So your immune function is being strengthened by you being here and you integrating this material into your relationship. And the last one is as we're readjusting your sympathetic nervous system response, so we're bringing that stress response down, a hormone called DHEA is increased. So that's when you enter that parasympathetic nervous system state, which is your rest and digest response. Don't worry, we will cover this because I know I'm speaking another language. But as you come down into those phases of relaxation, reconnection, rest and digest, you also increase that hormone of DHEA, which is a very powerful anti-aging hormone. So not only is your immune system going to be boosted, you're going to feel good, you're going to feel like you want to bond with your person, but you're also going to be reaping the anti-aging benefits of DHEA. Great. Does anyone have questions so far? Thank you all for being here. I'm so excited to see you on. So in order to improve intimacy, we have to start over with where you learned about how people connect in relationships. And that is going all the way back to childhood. And I know some people are like, nope, I don't want to go there. I don't want to think about that. What does that have to do with my relationship now? It has everything to do with it because from ages 0 to 7, you are in what's called theta brainwave state. Theta brainwave state is basically a trance state, and you're biologically programmed to experience theta brainwave state more so during this time than at any other time in your life for the benefit of you absorbing and learning about ways that your parents showed each other love, ways that they showed you love. So that ways that they showed each other love, way that they showed you love, and then ways that they responded to stress. So in times of stress and stressful situations, how did they cope with stress? You downloaded all of the ways that they showed you, oh, when I'm stressed, this is how I act. Maybe I'm emotionally explosive. Maybe I shut down. Maybe I am addicted to some sort of substance. So you see that the ways that they might have taught you how to cope with stress or how to also show love and affection are influencing your ability to connect as an adult. So just with that information so far, just kind of think about, and you can have a piece of paper or write this down or just think about it. How did my parents show each other love? Were they often affectionate? Did they seem to like each other? Did they fight often? What was their relationship like? Was it positive or negative? What are some similarities that I can see in the way that I attract others? I know this is like a huge question and you'll probably have to think about it a little bit, probably after the live, but how is this related to the way that I interact with my spouse? Do we fight a lot? Do we fight a lot? Do we have fun together? Do we often enjoy each other's company? And there's a lot of correlations between what you were shown as a little kid and how you're acting as an adult. And then on top of that, the stress response and how they're responding to stressors and coping and all of those great things. So that's a lot of information. Anyone have questions on that? Anyone know about the theta brainwave state? You can access theta brainwave state as an adult It's during times where you are not paying attention. So oftentimes when you're watching TV, whatever you're watching is being downloaded into a part of your brain called your subconscious mind. And your subconscious mind is what is downloading all of those programs for you to be able to interact with your environment and not have to think about what you're doing. It's just kind of like that immediate response. But when you're watching TV, when you're doing something, when you're in the flow, doing something in the flow, when you are doing something creative, when you're driving, all of those states where you're not really paying attention, you're kind of in the zone. Those are theta brainwave states. And those are states where your brain, your subconscious mind, is the most easily influenced. So we can use it for good. And not that it wasn't used for good when you were little, but things can get a little bit messy when you decide that, oh, this is how I respond to relationships, just like my parents did. And this is actually who I attracted as an adult in my romantic relationships. So, okay, childhood influences. See, anything else I wanted to mention? I like to use this analogy that basically when you're born, you're like a brand new computer. You're like a new MacBook, and you open it and you turn it on and it downloads all of these default settings. It's just downloading. It's just downloading all this stuff into your hard drive. That's kind of like what happens when you're little. You get turned on to life, and then you start downloading all these programs that become your hardwired response to life. And most people don't know that you can upgrade your software or you can upgrade your hard drive. So they just exist and they're like, why the heck am I so stuck in life? Why am I stuck dealing with the same thing? Why am I stuck dealing with the same pattern of behavior, or I'm attracting the same people? Why does this keep happening? Well, it's that hard drive, that hardwired response to external stimuli. But the good thing is we can override those responses with behavior change, with listening to information like that and knowing that, oh my gosh, okay, this is what was happening in the past, but I don't have to stay there. I can start to choose different. But you can't choose different unless you're aware of what it is that you're stuck on and what is happening in your body. So the whole goal of being in this 5-day workshop is to give you enough information where you can start to just see where you are stuck. Where in my life am I stuck, and what do I do about it? How is this related to the programs, the belief systems, the ideas that were downloaded into my subconscious mind when I was little? The next thing that we're going to do, we're going to talk about love languages. So based on how you were programmed to respond to relationships, to stress, you also learned a primary love language. And love languages are, again, how you show love and how you receive love. And you learned this from your attachment figures, how they tended to you when they were trying to show you love, or when they showed love to each other. There's a really great company that I'm going to link in the email that I send to whoever signs up for the workshop. It's a whole company that's dedicated to teaching you about love languages. It's basically saying that each person speaks a specific love language that's more dominant than the other ones. So maybe I'm speaking Chinese and my partner speaking German, and we don't even know that we're speaking different languages. So they bring a lot of awareness and a lot of information to, oh, they just show love differently than I do. So we're going to cover some of those today, but of course you can go on that website and there's a quiz that you can take with your partner. This whole experience is about doing this, listening to this information with your partner, so you can start to stimulate deeper conversation around what needs to change in your relationship so that your needs are being met, your wants are being met, you have that inner dialogue, you have that external dialogue to be on the same page. So if you've ever heard this, let me know what your love language is. The first one is acts of service. So you enjoy when your partner helps you complete a task, or they complete the task for you. This might also be that they start a bath for you, or they cook dinner, or they help you with chores so that you don't have to. I know a lot of times women really love the acts of service because they end up doing a lot of the household chores themselves. And so this is often something that, hey, I need a little bit of help with this in my life, and it's also their love language. The second one is gifts. You enjoy giving your partner a gift or receiving a gift. This is not just like, oh, it's your birthday, here's a gift. It's a thoughtful, intentional act of giving your partner a gift that is, thoughtful, something that they would like, just because you want to show them love, or that's how you receive love. So when they give you a thoughtful gift, you feel loved by them. The third one is physical touch. This one's obvious. You enjoy cuddling, hugging, kissing, other forms of physical intimacy. You like sitting next to your partner. You like just like touching them at all times of the day. That is maybe your dominant love language. The next one, words of encouragement or words of affirmation. You enjoy hearing nice things from your partner. You enjoy telling your partner nice things. This is something that I feel like you should just do all the time, because compliments are the most underrated forms of intimacy, and it's free and it's cheap and it's easy just to tell your partner that you like them and that you're proud of them and that you love being with them and that you love adventuring with them. On top of this, I also have a text guide, a steamy text guide that has over 90 text messages attached to it. It ranges from sweet and thoughtful to flirty to spicy. That's available for you as well. If you're like, I like this, but I don't know what to say to my partner, especially during texting. I feel like I never know what to say. The fifth one is spending quality time together. You enjoy undivided attention with your partner. You enjoy your partner's undivided attention. So you enjoy spending quality time with them. The last one that I'm going to say is understanding. So again, that's what this whole workshop is about, is creating better understanding of each person's experience within the relationship so that you can get on the same page about where are we at in our relationship, where do we want to go, and creating that common dialogue between you. So those are the main points that I wanted to cover today. They're not going to be very long lives because I want you to really digest the material and take what you need from it and then integrate it into a discussion with your partner. If I gave you all the good stuff in one session, there would be a lot of stuff that you'd be missing. So I'm just trying to give you some bite-sized pieces to start opening up that dialogue. So the two main points are that you learned how to show love or receive love from your early childhood experiences. You also learned how to cope with stress. Your nervous system your default mode within your nervous system is really heavily influenced by your early childhood experiences. Personally, I'm going to give you a personal story. When I was growing up, I am one of 5. So there was a lot of chaos that was happening just because there were so many of us. And one of the pieces that influenced my nervous system was scarcity mindset around money and food. And oh my gosh, do we have enough? There's so many of us. Do we have enough food? Do we have enough resources? So my nervous system is primed to worry about those things. And what I've learned with my own self-development is how to override those responses, to recalibrate that nervous system so that I'm not operating in my life from a state of core wounding. So tomorrow we're going to be talking about the nervous system and how the nervous system is specifically primed and influenced by early childhood experiences, what is happening when you are experiencing stress, especially in your relationship and just in life, and how that interferes and interacts with your ability and desire to connect in your relationship. So thank you for coming. Again, if you haven't yet downloaded the workbook, that's going to be super helpful just for you to refer to what the heck I'm talking about, and again, stimulate those points of conversation in your relationship. So I will see you tomorrow at 12. Email me if you have any questions, and I'll see you then.